Hi, my name is Erica McDaniel, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And tonight I am featuring this card. I am using the Tropical Leaf Bundle, which is an online exclusive. It's a photopolymer stamp, and the bundle comes with a punch. So that's cool. I'm also using a stamp set that is not out yet. It's the Translucent Florals. This is coming out in our fall catalog, and as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'm able to order it before it's released and do a little play and feature it and show you how it's used. So let's get started. Well, also I am using the Deckled Rectangle dies. This is a great die set. They're all rectangles in here, and they just give kind of like a jagged edge on your project. So now let's get started. Okay. For the card base, I'm using Fresh Freesia, and this is a standard book fold card. It is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So I already have it cut and scored, so we're gonna slide it down there. And for our flower pieces, we're basically using a scrap, but it's basically the same size as the inside piece. We're taking it here. The colors I'm using for the vine is Shaded Spruce. I'm going to ink this up here. Make sure you get it inked up really well. And I'm going to reach and grab a scrap sheet of paper because I'm going to stamp off just a little bit off the paper. With photopolymer, you can see through it and see where you're stamping and see where it's going. Need a little more ink at the bottom. I'm going to stamp it towards the center up here. Down firm. There we go. Nice solid image. And I wanted to bring in some color with this. I know it's a tropical leaf, but I wanted to feature some colors. So the leaves I have in Fresh Freesia here. And this one I'm stamping on the left side here, kind of close to the vine, but down a little bit, right in there. I'm going to clean this off a little bit because I'm using the same flower. I'm going to stamp it in boho blue. This one is going to be up a little bit. Right along here, kind of close to the stems, but not on the stems. There you go. And now from that Deckled Rectangle, I'm using the largest one. I'm going to frame it out there. And I'm taking this to my die machine. I'm going to cut this out. Okay. I can't bring my die machine in frame, but it's just one little quick second. And I'll be right back. And there you go. There it is. It's all framed out. And then for my leaves, I need a scrap piece of paper. I thought I had all of my leaves stamped out, but I didn't. I have one here that I was going to show you how to stamp, because with the garden green, and I moved my scrap sheet of paper, we're going to ink that up. Let me ink that up on camera. And I want to stamp it off right there. Then you want to be, depending on how your punch is angled, you want to be mindful of how you're stamping it. And so you stamp off there. And then the veining is in shaded spruce. I'll come in here. Make sure you can see that. And stamp it there. Okay. And I like the color variations that it gives you there. And then I have my punch. What I was saying is this punch, you slide it in from the top. You want to make sure it's kind of centered there. And you just punch it out there. Okay. I have my other two already stamped, and I put them on dimensionals. And this one I want it kind of over here. And then the next one, I'm angling it towards the top. It can go off the page just a little because it's going to be layered on another piece. And then the one that we just punched out together, I'm going to add some dimensionals there. Make sure you see that. I know I have ink just everywhere. Sure that's never happened to you. And I'm laying it right down here. Okay. And then I have my designer series paper from the Masterfully Made set. Let me show you this paper. It is beautiful paper, and this is the piece I'm taking it for. I just cut a piece from here. But the coordinating colors on this paper is Zero Afternoon, Berry Burst, Crust Curry, Fresh Freesia, that's the one I'm using, Lemon Lime Twist, Lemon Lolly, Lost Lagoon, Melon Mumbo, Night of Navy, Pretty Peacock, Pumpkin Pie, and Sweet Sorbet. So those are some great colors. So I'm laying it on here. This is my designer series paper. Here. I'm using liquid glue because it's a little wiggle room before it just kind of sets down in there. Okay. Then I add it to my Fresh Freesia base. I'm gluing this down. And this is a slight border around the base so that color shows through. And for the greeting, I have hello, and I'm just going to stamp it in Fresh Freesia on a scrap of paper. And I just grabbed something that was in my workstation here. And I'm inking it up in Fresh Freesia because we're going to cut this out. Hello. Down and up. Cut that at an angle. Oh, let me close my little ink before I get ink everywhere. Bottom here and straighten this up a bit. Bring my card back, and I have a piece of linen thread that I'm just going to tie in a loose bow here. And I just got some extra thread, so just kind of eyeball what you need there. Gonna snip that off. Want a big floppy bow. And I just have glue here on my little workspace, so we're gonna put it down in glue. You can use glue dots, you can use a tape runner, and then I'm going to get my dimensionals. I'm gonna cut this in half, put one on each side. Because you don't want to put a dimensional down right on your piece of thread. That'll pull it up. So we're going to put that down on the sides there. And so that's centered in the middle. And there you go. Hello. Nice. Very nice, very nice. And then on the inside here, on the inside layer, in that same stamp set is a smaller leaf in there. So I'm taking that smaller leaf and getting my garden green and shaded spruce back out. I have ink everywhere. Let me get a clean sheet. And I need to get my garden green. And I'm inking it up. I'm going to stamp it off one time. I'm going to redo that. Stamp it off. And then in my bottom corner here, inner corner, stamp it right there, nice firm pressure. And then with my shaded spruce, the veining, ink that up. Make sure you see that. Oh, that's fine. Well, kind of misstamped that, so we're going to do it again. It's magic paper, y'all. So if you mess up, it's just ink and paper. Stamp it off. Then go back to your card base. Stamp it on here. Shaded spruce. And try this one more time. There we go, much better. Much better. And this is the inside. So there you go. Tropical leaf bundle. And I also wanted to show you some different color combinations because this is a very versatile set. And I don't think people realize how versatile it is. I made one that was black and white. The white is embossed with just a little note with some pattern vellum behind there. I think that's one of my favorites. And I also stamped the leaves in more colorful array. This is really pretty with a masterfully made stamp designer series paper back there with the dots. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot my dots. Let me get some embellishments here for the card we just made. And how can I forget? I'm using the adhesive back trio stamp sets, and I'm using the green. I believe this is Lost Lagoon here. Well, we can do pink. Did pink on the one before. So one right here. One right here. Then we're going to do another one up in the corner. There we go. Now we're done. So this is the original. This is the one we did together. This is another variation with pretty bright fun spring colors. This is a black and white one. That's very pretty there. So I hope you enjoyed it. This is the Tropical Leaf Bundle. It's an online exclusive. Please give this video a like and a thumbs up. Thank you so much.